Return of the Jedi is my favourite Star Wars movie. Maybe it's because I like the colour green, or maybe it's just because it has the best LEGO sets. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking every single set released based on Return of the Jedi. This of course includes the UCS sets and all the 18+ sets. Interestingly enough, I believe this is the film out of the original trilogy with the least amount of LEGO sets. Anyway, let's get started with the list. At number 51, my least favourite set from episode 6 is the 2022 Imperial Shuttle. This set suffers from being undersized. It also doesn't have very good figures. Honestly, this set is not too bad. I do think it's indicative of the quality the sets from this movie have. I don't want to imagine what the worst set from A New Hope is. Next up, we have the tree diorama, or whatever it is. The idea of this set sounds quite nice, but I don't think it came out too well. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't look very nice. I used to own the 2013 A-Wing, but then I sold it. It just has way too many stickers, it makes it look very cheap. But it is nice to see Admiral Akbar. This weird Ewok set kind of looks like a hodgepodge. It came out in 2011 during the golden ages of LEGO, so I can't imagine this sold well. There are two nice Ewoks, but other than that, this doesn't really have much going for it. The 2017 A-Wing suffers from the same problems as the 2013 A-Wing, but the build is slightly better and there's a very good Lando figure. It seems we don't really get many Lando figures. The 2017 Desert Skiff. The build is good, but it does feel like it's kind of lacking in figures, at least compared to the other Desert Skiffs. The newer Death Star Final Duel is good. I like the pieces they use for the windows, printed, and yeah, that's about it. The B-Ring at Rebel Control Center set is ancient. It has a lot of blue and transparent green that makes it look like one of those diving sets from the 1990s. I only know what the diving sets of the 90s look like because my older brother was around in that time. Yeah. The older Death Star Final Duel is better in my opinion because it has less stickers. And that's about it. Honestly, the figures might be better in the new one, but you know, less stickers. The 2012 Desert Skiff is dramatically better than the other one entirely because it has Lando on it. Other than that, it's very similar. Number 40, the 1999 A-Wing. This set does not use any modern pieces, as it's from 1999, but I think they did the shaping of the A-Wing quite well. It's an easy shape to get right. Speeder bikes, good figures, and that's about it. This set is also called Ewok Attack, but it's a lot older. I think it's much better. The Ewoks look very creepy, but I actually kind of like it because they are creepy in the movie. The builds don't even pretend to be good, it just gets straight to the point and includes 4 figures. The old TIE Interceptor, for some reason this set uses blue. That does throw me off a bit, but the angling and proportions of this set is just top notch. This definitely looks like a set from 1999, but unlike a lot of the other sets from this year, I think it looks alright. I've never really been a huge fan of the B-Wing design, but this model does a good job. I don't like the combination of dark and light grey. I think if they were to choose one predominant colour it would look a lot better. Endor Battle Pack. I don't think the Endor people are that good, but the Scout and Stormtroopers are good. Death Star Troopers. Same style as the previous entry, but I prefer this one because there's less variations in the figures and also because they all wear helmets. The 2014 B-Wing mainly uses light grey with elements of dark grey. I think it looks very consistent like this. 10 Num is also included in the set, probably like 9 Num's brother or something. Number 30, Final Duel 2. This set came out for £6. Price isn't a factor, but I just think that's a cool fact. The Luke looks really good. I like how his robes are mainly black and not grey. The 2006 A-Wing. This is my favourite A-Wing. I think it uses just the right amount of modern pieces to give it the correct shaping while still keeping that LEGO charm. Final Duel. Another small set, here is the Final Duel 1. Palpatine works very well in the yellow skin tone and Vader is a good inclusion as well. And also the build is really nice. Old Desert Skiff. This is the first time LEGO made the Desert Skiff, and I think it looks surprisingly good. Both figures are technically exclusive. Very nice set. The UCS TIE Interceptor. This set has blue on it. The gaps between the wings look a bit weird. This is one of the first UCS sets and you can really tell. Imperial Inspection. This is practically the same shuttle design from 2001, but now there is 10 minifigures. The Stormtroopers are unironically better than the ones we get today. This set came out in 2005, so that's a bit weird. The 2013 Jabba's Sail Barge. The figures in this set are impeccable. This is just the encapsulation of mid-2010 LEGO Star Wars sets. Desert Skiff 2025. The builds in this set look quite good. Apparently LEGO got the wrong Boba Fett. I would have never known that if MNR didn't say that, but that is quite bad. The other figures in this set are very good, especially 9 Num. Home 1. I could see this set looking nice on display. The build for the briefing room looks great. I especially like the curvature and the piece used to represent the Death Star hologram. The hangar is also a good build, probably the first and last time we'll ever get a hangar in a LEGO Star Wars set. The new UCS TIE Interceptor looks good. I think the light bluish grey and black look very good at these angles. The cockpit isn't amazing. I prefer the one on the 2015 TIE Fighter, but I commend LEGO for trying something different. There's an exclusive TIE Fighter pilot who sells for about £40, even though a very similar variant came out in the TIE Fighter. The stands are now printed. If you couldn't already tell, I do not own the set, nor have I seen it in person, so I don't really know what to say. It's good. If it fell out of the sky, I'd take it. TIE Bomber. The TIE bomber is surprisingly good. I think the curvature of the cockpit looks brilliant. The printed pieces make the set look amazing, the wings don't look weird. You also get a gonk droid in this set. This is part of the 40th anniversary for Return of the Jedi. Number 20, the AT-ST. This looks so clean. I think the consistent colour scheme and smoothness just elevates the set so much. It's simple, but it's good. The new LEGO Death Star is an interesting set. I suppose the build is actually pretty good, but there is a lot of things I'm not the biggest fan of about this set. I made a video about why this set exists. Jabba's Surprise. I think both figures in the set are phenomenal. I know they look a bit outdated, but I quite like that. Jabba's Message. Jabba's Message depicts the opening door of Jabba's palace, and I think it does it very well. Bib Fortuna is a highlight of this set. My friend gave this figure to me like a year ago. UCS B-Wing. The B-Wing is a ship that looks a lot better in flight position. A lot better. So having a set that displays on a display stand at an angle unlike the 2006 version makes this set so much better. I don't want to think about how impractical this set is to display, but it can't be easy. The Rancor Pit. Considering the scene is literally a cave, I think LEGO did an amazing job. The Rancor is the clear standout from the set, going for £100 by himself. They haven't remade the scene, but they also haven't remade the Romper scene either. Maybe they'll release both of those sets at the same time sometime in the future. Jabba's Palace. The original Jabba's Palace looks like a Harry Potter set from 2001. The symmetry of the build does wonders to make it look good. Jabba carries on the theme of LEGO Star Wars creatures with exclusive molds of only one colour. I think it works in Jabba's favour, but this design choice is definitely a product of its time. The Leia and Luke figures are good, as well as one of the first gonk droids LEGO has made. Jabba's sail barge comes with the Desert Skiff and Sarlacc pit, which is a nice addition. Even though this set is from 2006, Boba Fett still has the same mold. The Gamorrean guard looks horrendously funny. It's the same Jabba from before. However, Han, Luke, Lando and Leia have all been upgraded, no longer having yellow faces. This really is a product of its time, showing the transition phase between old LEGO Star Wars and the next era of sets. The Scout Trooper helmet. The Scout Trooper helmet is one of the best helmets LEGO has made for Star Wars. In particular, the visor looks amazing as it works its way so smoothly from the sides to overlapping the helmet. The Throne Room diorama. This is what I wanted the playset version to be like, but then I suppose it wouldn't really be a playset. This is part of the 18 plus diorama subline. You don't need to be 18 to build this. I don't think LEGO as a brand is going to keep all this adults welcome stuff forever. I'm an adult fan of LEGO who buys sets entirely to display, but I don't like this move from LEGO. I could make a separate video on this if anyone would watch it. The Battle of Endor. For some reason, this is the only time LEGO has ever made the Endor bunker. Strange considering how much of a role it has. The build for the bunker looks very good. I like how the wall is built deep so it doesn't look like a skinny facade on a shelf. There's also an AT-ST included as well. The newer Death Star. This is one of the rare times of LEGO re-releasing a set whilst changing practically nothing about it. I can understand why, because this Death Star is iconic, and from what I understand it sold very well for a £300 LEGO set back in 2008. So it makes sense to remake it. The only thing that's changed is the figures in Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, I think. They also made it £100 more expensive, but I guess that might be in line with inflation at the time. Wouldn't it be crazy if LEGO made a Death Star of that same size for like £850? Jabba's Palace. I have a photo of myself when I was younger at the LEGO store with this set in the background. I didn't buy it and I feel some remorse for that, but not much. It goes for about £400 brand new. Ewok Village would almost certainly break apart on you if you tried to build it in 2025. That's because it uses an old variation of brown that LEGO connoisseurs like myself call brittle brown. Basically, after a few years, every piece of this colour would break apart with the slightest of touches because of how the dye would degrade. They fixed this in 2017, but that didn't save a lot of really good sets. Even though this set is just a lot of trees, it looks amazing. It came with 17 minifigs, most of which just being Ewoks, but there was also a lot of very good figures. Not that the Ewoks aren't good, the Ewoks are actually the best figures of the set. Leia is probably the best figure other than the Ewoks. The same Chewbacca from 1999 makes a comeback in 2013, now looking more out of place than ever. The original Death Star playset. On the one hand, it is very epic, but I don't know how it would look on a shelf, considering it's technically a massive playset. I bought it. Yeah, it does look very good on the shelf. The Bouche helmet is definitely one of the best helmets. The colour scheme works very well and I think the angling is done superbly. It would be better if there was no stickers. This is definitely the best set for the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. The UCS AT-80. This 2006 set has aged phenomenally. I think it's one of the best examples of an oversized UCS set working very well. It really captures all the details. No minifigures are included in the set, which is fine, it's a display set, but it would have been nice to get a unique AT-ST pilot like with the TIE Fighters. Next up at number 5 we have another AT-ST. This set came out just last month and I think it looks a lot better than the one from 2006. The angles are even more defined and it uses a mix between tiles and plates, unlike the previous version. It also comes with an exclusive AT-ST pilot with arm printing. The UCS Jabba's Sail Barge. I'm not factoring Pride into this list. If I was, this would not be where it is now. I think all of the figures except for Max Rebo and Jabba, who are practically unchanged from 2013, look bad or at least not very good. But the sail barge itself is beautiful. It's done in minifigure scale. Actually, I don't think it is, but it might be. I don't know. But yeah, if it is, a lot of people will appreciate that. But slightly more important than that, it just looks very good, considering it's, you know, all brown. Unfortunately, there are quite a lot of repeated stickers around this set. I didn't put mine on. That brings it down, but it's still amazing. Next up, at number 3, we have the Death Star 2. The Death Star 2 would look brilliant on a high up shelf. Even though this set has no exclusive prints, pieces, or minifigures, it somehow consistently sells for more than £500 used. I don't know if this set would be worth parting out because it does have lots of weird looking panel pieces, but I would look into that if you don't have the expendable income of a CEO. This isn't true. CEOs get paid a lot more than £500. The next 2 sets are much better. Maybe it shouldn't even be number 3. Honestly, I don't know. Anyway, number 2 is the Imperial Shuttle Tidarium. This is the play scale one, not the big one. It does feel refined to the point of perfection. Not only is the build amazing, having proportions that look proper, but the figures are very good as well. 4 of the 5 figures are exclusive. Not that exclusivity makes a figure better, but you know, it's cool. And we even get this guy people say is Captain Rex. Actually, didn't Dave Filoni say he's Captain Rex? Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah, it's Captain Rex. And finally, number 1, I'm sure you all know what it is. It is the UCS Imperial Shuttle. I'm a big fan of the Imperial Shuttle, and I think the UCS version is the best one they've ever made. This set is minifigure scale, so the proportions look perfect, but also the set itself just looks right. I think the pure white looks so clean. This is definitely a set I wouldn't want to have near a window. The figures of this set's only downfall. They're alright, but I wish they were unique and exclusive. Even so, the figures aren't very important as it's a UCS set. It would just be a nice bonus. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Wait, that is me from the past. I filmed and edited the majority of this video in April. It's now September. As you might have guessed, my skills as a filmmaker have greatly improved, and actually I was going to delete this project, but I think it is actually quite good, you know, so thank you very much for watching. My video is now much better.